Okay, this is a revision to job 26789. I'm sorry, 26879. This is the North Benson Center. Jamie, I'm going to take you through the corrections on this job. This scope of work has dramatically been reduced. So you're going to have to create a revision 1 spreadsheet for asphalt and one for concrete. The striping is going to change, and that traffic curbing signage is going to change as well. All right, Jamie, so let's start off with the 3-inch milling. There's 2 different locations that I'm going to give you quantities for, all right? One of them is going to be at Building K, which this is staying the same as it was before. But now instead of doing this whole area in front of Fred Meyer, we are only going to do this area right here. There's hardly any striping to have to do now because of the fact that we're not striping any of this stuff back. We're not doing any ADAs, no ADA curb ramps, no ADA signs over here. We're just going to do around this Building E, which is Big O tires. And then it's also, actually I think it's just a tire shop. So anyways, definitely has reduced in size. So I'm going to give you both asphalt dimensions on the 3-inch grind and overlay. So we'll use our own milling machine. At Building K, we've got 17,874 square feet of 3-inch mill and overlay. And at Building E, we've got 3-inch mill and overlay, 16,479 square feet. Okay, that is the grind and overlay portion of this contract. Now we're going to revise it to that. In the bid, they also say that they want us to also include 4 inches of additional dirt removal. Okay, so after doing the grinding on this job, they want us to do an additional 4 inches of dirt removal at 1,800 square feet, and then they want to do 4-inch placement. They called it a binder course, so I'm assuming that we're just going to be putting in regular asphalt. We're not putting in crushed rock or anything. We'll be putting asphalt down. So we'll do a 4-inch layer, and then what we'll do is put the 3 inches in on top of that. So hopefully this makes sense to you. I've given you the mill and overlay for these 2 buildings, Building E and Building K. But then we also need to do an additional 4-inch dirt removal and placement of asphalt at Building K. Okay. Now, the other things to add to this revision is the wheel stops. In our last bid, we did to remove 24 wheel stops and then put back this 24-inch by 6-inch curb, and it has those 2 rebar sticks that are horizontal running through the curb, 240 feet, right here at Building K. That's where we're removing the wheel stops and putting in this huge-ass curb right on top of the asphalt. All right? Sidewalk. The sidewalk stuff in front Fred Meyer is all gone. But if you remember, on the north end of the property, I put in to do, which was right down here, out on the north end by Building M. We have that 14 by 5 sidewalk and curb ramp to put in. All that stuff stays the same, Jamie. So on that sidewalk portion that we did on the previous spreadsheet, that's going to stay the same. It needs to be in this bid. Stop signs. The signage has changed now dramatically. We're not doing all those ADAs. We're not doing all those bollards. But what we are doing is 2 new stop signs on Telspar posts and sleeves, and they want to powder coat the yellow. So I would say a total price to throw in here for these stop signs is probably going to be around $350 a piece for each stop sign. That will cover our costs for yellow powder coating. Another thing, Jamie, that we need to put in is these curb islands. We have to remove the existing 6-inch curbing. It's a 6 by 8-inch curb that we have to remove, and then we have to put in this 18-inch by 6-inch poured in place curb. If you remember, that's 12 inches in the ground, 6 inches above ground, and that's these islands right here. Okay, Jamie, on the original bid, we had extruded curbing going in, remove and replace right here. We need to keep that in the bid. The extruded curbing that was on the original bid, we need to put that back. Okay, so let me give you the curb removal on these islands. So we have roughly 300 feet of curbing to remove out of these 6 locations of existing curb islands, and then we'll put back that 18-inch by 6-inch curb, and then we'll have to do asphalt restoration around each one of those. So it'll be about 300 feet by 2 feet of asphalt restoration around these islands. As far as striping goes, we'll have 48 parking stalls to stripe, 2 ADAs, 40 feet of crosshatch, 60 feet of yellow speed bumps to paint, and then we'll have about 800 feet of red painted curb to do around building E. So I'm at Big O Tires right now. There's Fred Meyer. All that scope got taken out. Now we're just talking about the asphalt around this building here. Okay, I gave you that 800 feet of red curb to do. It's going to include this red striping in here, these 4-inch lines on top of that with the curbing. But we've got these 18-inch no parking fire lane stencils, and we've got 20 of those. So add 20 of these no parking fire lane stencils. We'll have a 12-inch stop. We'll have 12-foot length of a 12-inch stop bar down there. We'll have 20 feet of 4-inch yellow line to do. That should be all the striping on this project. This is part of that curbing I was talking about. The extruded curb that would get removed and replaced. It was right in here in this area. And then behind that truck, your 6x8 curb. But this is where we're doing that asphalt grind and overlay. We got to work around this pipe here. We'll go up against the rock wall. We got a catch basin here, catch basin there, catch basin down at the far end. You can see it's like 2 passes through here. We'll be able to shut this down, and they can use the doors on the other side when we go to do this paving. But this should be probably a 1 day on this section, and then we'll do a 2nd day at building K. So probably 2 days of asphalt grind and overlay. I don't know what that was. Here's your catch basin. Those are the only things. You got a little drain pipe that's right here, and you got a bollard that's there in the corner. We'll paint this curb, and then right here, this asphalt, we're just gonna include this. So it's one big circle around this building, or around building E. And then we have a sewer lid there, iron there, and there's a sewer lid down there. Okay, and that's it, just one big circle. We're not touching any of this. We can use a lot of this for staging. Okay, but that is now our scope of work that has changed as far as from the last bid we did. The last bid we did was this whole area on Fred Meyer, and then way over there is building K. Building K stays. It's just this change now.